Please join me in the invitation to gather, the words of Mary Ann Williamson. In every community,
there is work to be done.
In every nation,
there are wounds to heal.
In every heart,
there is the power to do it.
We are gathered by one Spirit into this community made up of all sorts of people, all ages, colors, capabilities, and creeds. This church is a special place, filled with special people. When Brandon says no matter who you are or where you are in your life and spiritual journey, you are welcome here, he means it. Take it from me, a non-believer who feels welcomed and embraced by this congregation. It's the truth. We come from different places, with different backgrounds, different beliefs, and different upbringings, but we find our spiritual center in this place. We are called to be here with one another, yet we come by choice. As we covenant one with another to be the church of Christ together in this time and place. Creator, as we seek to embody the best hopes of our human family, empower this community to lead by example, to serve with humility, and to love in word and deed, even as Jesus did, who taught us to pray, saying, Creator, Lord in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Good morning. Welcome to New England Congregational Church on this fourth Sunday in the season of Easter. It is good to be together with you in this place, and a very special welcome to those who may be joining us for the first time. Please sign the friendship register in your pew before passing it to your neighbor, and join us following the service for refreshments in the lobby. Do take a moment to read through the announcements in your bulletin. Of special note, the Board of Community Outreach is holding its annual drive for Mutual Ground. If you're not familiar with Mutual Ground, it's a local nonprofit that provides emergency residential assistance for those seeking safety from violence at home. Please stop by the community corner to pick up a list of requested items. Donations are due back here at the church on May 17th. Next Sunday, we hope you'll plan to stay after worship to view a new photo exhibit sponsored by the Board of Social and Racial Justice, entitled Building Bridges, Portraits of Immigrants and Refugees. Matthew Sorens, Vice President for Advocacy and Policy at World Relief, will also lead a conversation on the refugee experience following the service. We hope you'll plan to join us. And now remember that no matter who you are, or where you are on your journey of faith and life, you are truly welcome in this place. Please greet your neighbors as our children come forward.
Hello, sir.
Good morning. It is really nice to see you guys today. How are you all doing? Does it feel like spring?
Yeah.
Are you counting down the days till school's over?
Yes.
No. Yes. Okay. We're a truly mixed bunch up here. That's good. Some of you love it. All right. So this past week we celebrated a special day. Does anyone know what day we celebrated last week? It's not one of your big, like, 5 holidays, but it's still a kind of a cool one. Mavis, help us out. Earth Day. That's right, Earth Day. It's a day that we celebrate Earth. Exactly. We do it to raise awareness about things that are harmful to the earth, to promote earth care, and to encourage action for a healthier planet. Did anyone do anything special to celebrate Earth Day? What did you do?
My classroom made an Earth Day mural in art.
Oh, how cool. An Earth Day mural in art. I love that. Yes, Addie. You bought and planted trees. Very nice, yes. You guys did flowers. That's really cool. Simon? Oh, how fun. You ate gummy worms in the Earth Party at school. I love that. What a good celebration. There are truly things that we can all do to celebrate and care for the earth. And today I want to share a story with you that might give you some ideas. We all live on one blue dot spinning in space. We're all part of one human race. We have hopes and dreams and love in our hearts. We're stronger together than we are apart. So why all the fuss to compete and compare when it feels so much better to connect and to share? We can share when we're sad or down in the dumps. We can share our joys, give high fives or fist bumps. When we're seen and heard, trust blooms and grows. We are all connected. Kindness ripples and flows. Let's speak up for others. Include and embrace. We all make mistakes. We can all give some grace. We have more in common than we may believe. We are all connected. We love and we grieve. We can celebrate differences, lend a hand, learn from each other, take a stand. We are all connected. Let's raise our voices. We can work together to make brave choices. What do you see on these signs? Protect the earth. Love your mother. Every day is Earth Day. Protect the earth. We live on earth. Climate justice. That's right. Protect the water. Care for the land. Respect all beings. The earth is grand. Nature gives her bounty. She is gentle yet mighty. Stand in awe of her force. Preserve her beauty. What do you see in this tree? A nest of squirrels, that's right. Let's look under rocks and explore vast skies. Honor the mountains and chase butterflies. But don't catch them, because it might hurt them. Yeah. Let's go hunting for rainbows and plant more trees. Grow a garden and be friends with the bees. How many of you have bees in your yard? Yeah?
Oh, and also don't put the butterflies on your toes. That doesn't taste good.
Don't put the butterflies on your toes. Good advice. I have no idea why you know that. Yeah, the wasps can be a little scary. Yeah, the wasps can be kind of scary, but those big furry bumblebees are like panda bears that just waddle around in your garden. I love them. Oh, they're wonderful. The earth is our home and needs our care. We all play a part. We breathe the same air. We belong to the earth. It is not ours. We are all connected. We are made of stars. We are all connected. Take care of each other. Take care of the earth. We are all here together. Did you get any new ideas about how you can celebrate Earth Day every day from this story? Yeah, Ireland. Protect the bugs. That's right. Yes, Simon. They are real candles. And you know what candles are made out of? Wax. And where does wax come from? Bees. That's right. We want to protect those bees. Yes, Addie. Tell that to your teacher. Okay, you give me your phone number. Any other ideas you got from the story? Okay. What is something we can do to care for each other in addition to caring for the earth? Help each other. That's right. Be kind. Connect. Yeah, go and play with them. Make a new friend. Those are great answers. This week, remember that we are all connected. You and me and everyone here and everyone out there. Simon, did you want to say something? You like the carpet? I do too. It connects the whole room. And that's kind of what this children's sermon reminds us about. We're all connected. Let's all remember it. And before you head to Kids Zone, let's share a prayer. Would you repeat after me today? Dear God, we are so grateful for this wonderful earth home. Help us each do our part to take care of it and to take care of one another. Amen. Thank you all for being here. You can head to Kids Zone. Let us be together now in a spirit of prayer. The ancients tell us that Creator formed human beings in the divine image, fashioned after the divine likeness. God, sometimes it's easy to see your image in ourselves and in others. It's easy when we look around this room. We see poets and parents, teachers and volunteers, wise ones and quizzical ones, caregivers and people who pray, musicians and artists, those who defend, those who heal, those who serve, those who feed, and those who work with the earth. We see the very best in one another, and we see you, God. Help us to bring out the best in others, too. We know that many challenges face our communities, our nation, our world. We know that the earth needs relief from consumption, carelessness, and cruelty. Remind us that action, not defeatism, will heal our earth home. We know that many people feel the effects of war, greed, and hatred, from the Middle East to Eastern Europe to halls of power here at home. Remind us that violence cannot overcome hate. Only love can do that. We know that there are those with needs of body, mind, or spirit. Remind us that we only get through the challenges we face when we do it together. Remind us, as one modern teacher has said, that we are powerful beyond measure, that your image, your likeness, your light is in each one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. So remind us all to shine, that together we might change the world.
Hear now a reading from the Gospel according to John, the 10th chapter. Very truly I tell you, anyone who does not enter the sheepfold by the gate, but climbs in by another way, is a thief and a bandit. The one who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep hears his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought out all his own, he goes ahead of them, and the sheep follow him because they know his voice. They will not follow a stranger, but they will run from him because they do not know the voice of strangers. Jesus used this figure of speech with them, but they did not understand what he was saying to them. So again, Jesus said to them, very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who come before me are thieves and bandits, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters by me will be saved and will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. Here ends the reading.
Hear now a second reading, this one from the Acts of the Apostles, the 2nd chapter. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and fellowship, to the breaking of bread and the prayers. Awe came upon everyone because many wonders and signs were being done through the apostles. All who believed were together and had all things in common. They would sell their possessions and goods and distribute the proceeds to all as any had need. Day by day, as they spent much time together in the temple, they broke bread at home and ate their food with glad and generous hearts, praising God and having the goodwill of all the people. And day by day, the Lord added to their number those who were being saved. Here ends the reading. A devout old shepherd lost his favorite Bible when he was out looking for a wayward lamb. 3 weeks later, a little lamb walked up to him carrying the Bible in its mouth. The shepherd could not believe his eyes. He took the precious book out of the lamb's mouth, raised his eyes heavenward, and exclaimed, "It's a miracle." "Not really," said the lamb. "Your name is written on the inside cover." In John's Gospel, Jesus often speaks of himself as a shepherd of a flock. In today's reading, he tells his followers that his sheep know his voice and that he will lead them to abundant life. If you have ever wondered what became of Jesus' flock once he was no longer physically present to lead them, our reading from Acts suggests that his little lambs eventually grew up. The passage we read this morning describes a vibrant communal life, devoted to the apostles' teaching, sharing possessions, caring for one another's needs, eating together with glad and generous hearts, and welcoming new people day by day. It sounds beautiful. It sounds hopeful. It sounds, perhaps, almost impossible. And yet, maybe that is why the church has preserved this story. As with many biblical texts, the community described in Acts may tell us less about historical precision and more about theological possibility. Written decades after the events it describes, Acts likely reflects an idealized memory of the early church. But whether this account is exact history or sanctified memory or hopeful vision is not the most important question. What matters is what animated this community and whether it still might animate the church today. Because in every age, people hunger for what is described here. People hunger for belonging. People hunger for purpose. People hunger for lives that are more than private, isolated, anxious living. And in an age marked by loneliness, division, and carefully curated digital connection, this kind of life shared can sound almost revolutionary. So what is it that made that early church so compelling? First, the community of Acts understood itself to be carrying on the work of Jesus, proclaiming good news, healing wounds, and setting free those crushed by oppression. They did not gather simply to admire Jesus. They gathered to continue what he started. Second, the community practiced a radical sharing of resources. They reordered wealth and possession so that everyone had enough, not because they were naive, not because they were perfect, but because they understood that no one thrives alone. No one. And no one should suffer while others enjoy abundance. Third, they were doing life together at the edge of time. This was a pivotal and precarious moment. Their leader had been executed, their future was uncertain. In the verses just before today's reading, Peter calls it the last days. Whether or not the world was ending, it must have felt that way. Many people know that feeling. When institutions fail, when violence rises, when the future feels fragile, when tomorrow no longer feels guaranteed. By aligning themselves with Jesus, his followers placed themselves in the crosshairs of an empire that had already crucified him. By proclaiming resurrection, they offered a bold challenge to Rome and to every power that depends on fear and violence and death. They lived under pressure. Every day may have felt uncertain, and yet they still shared. They still prayed. They still ate together. They still cared for the vulnerable. They still welcomed new people in. They leaned on one another even as the authorities leaned on them. And somehow, the movement blossomed. It was as if the danger surrounding them only deepened their roots and strengthened their resolve. As I said a few moments ago, this account in Acts may well be idealized. Luke likely wrote from a mixture of inherited tradition and careful investigation and a little bit of something I like to call holy imagination. Still, he had to explain something real. A movement once left shattered by crucifixion had become within just a few decades a growing force throughout the Mediterranean world. Something sustained them. Something compelled them. Something made their life beautiful enough that others wanted in. They were not perfect people, but they were a people who needed one another, who forgave one another, who made room for one another. And that kind of life has always been compelling. Perhaps it was their devotion to the liberating work of Jesus. Perhaps it was their radical redistribution of wealth and power and belonging. Perhaps it was the urgency of living at the edge of time, with the desire to change the world and the awareness that there might not be much time to do it. I suspect it was a combination of all three. They knew who they were. They knew what they were about. And they knew the work was urgent. Might that still be a recipe for a growing, thriving, world-changing church in the 21st century? Might that still be a recipe for us, for New England Congregational Church? According to our 2023 vision statement, we are a forward-thinking, tradition-affirming congregation rooted in the life and the teachings of Jesus, welcoming all to create authentic community. We meet people where they are and commit ourselves to serving those who need it most, as leaders in the community beyond these walls. And we see it already. We see it when meals are shared, when children are welcomed, when grief is held tenderly, when justice is pursued, when strangers become friends, when hope is practiced together. We know who we are. We know what we are about. And we know that Jesus' dream of heaven's realm here and now for all people is an ambitious one. Still, we commit ourselves to leading change in our time and place. We have faith enough to begin. We have gifts enough to share. We have neighbors enough to serve. We have love enough to risk. So tell me, what is there to stop us? May we be the church we are called and equipped to be for the sake of our world. Amen.
We dedicate ourselves and this church to following in the footsteps of Jesus, of sharing good news and bringing wholeness of body, mind, and spirit. Bless these gifts now, O God, for heaven's purpose. Amen.
And now, dear friends, may we go forth to be the church we are called and equipped to be. Remember, we have faith enough to begin. We have gifts enough to share. We have neighbors enough to serve. We have love enough to risk. And so may the love of God, the friendship of Jesus, and the peace of God's Spirit bless and keep you all now and until we meet again. Amen.
May the peace of the risen Christ be with you and fill your hearts with hope and love.
next week. You know, we won't add any Latin either. Okay? See you then. No, I think it is useful. Give me $5 anytime. We will toss them away. I was special. Oh, did you? Are you going to listen? No. I didn't think so. Now your favorite. I'm still trying to find which one's your favorite. That's what